Hola, it's me, and by me I mean me, Nate, Picasso, the Hokage of the Village in the Leaves, the Commander of the Scout Regiment, the King of the Pirates, the Commissioner of CCG, the Principal of the Hero Academy, the Captain Commander of the Gothia 13, the General of the Urban Army, Kakashi Hatake, Jiraiya Sensei, Vin Smoke Sanji, Odin Sama, and the husband of Renkiku, Nathaniel Jackson. I'm here with Samurai.
What's going on?
Rono Enoch. We're talking about One Piece. As usual. I mean, I know that you know we're talking about One Piece because we talk about One Piece.
We're actually changing it up. We're doing My Hero this week instead of One Piece. So y'all have been fooled. Got 'em.
Bait their ass. You're talking about a My Hero chapter that I am nowhere close to being to, too.
It's pretty good, though. You should get on that.
So neither me or you guys are going to know what's going on with what we're talking about. Except
me. I'm just going to talk to myself this entire podcast.
Nah, man, but we got One Piece 982, which I just realized I've been telling everybody that we just read 981 for the entire day, but it's fine.
It's okay.
One Piece 982. We are trucking through Onigashima, especially since we are back to week. It seems like since the end of this chapter we saw. Next one's coming next Sunday again, so we're moving again. And we're moving as far as plot-wise too. A lot of shit was set up in this chapter. This was the setup chapter, it looks like, for the beginning of Onigashima.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff that we had talked about, I feel like, did not pan out, as usual.
A few of them. There's so many options for how shit can go with, Oda and One Piece, just like that, and it's usually this way. But that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, 100%.
So, starting off, MVPs. I think I say MVPs because there were two front runners for me, but I'm gonna go with my guy, the big dog, the most dangerous man in the world as of yet, Kaido. For one, I fuck with this nigga's new shirt, and two, he started the chapter off, man, bagging the baddest Toby Robo. Easy. The only girl probably that makes sense size-wise for Kaido. As soon as I opened up, I was like, ooh, I like Kaido. Black Maria is fine, man. I mean, you heard when they first introduced the Toby Robo, me and Enoch both was like, hey, Black Maria though?
God damn, I love Mia.
She big, but
girl, man. Shit.
Yes, sir. And she's queen at the pleasure hall and all that too. And looks like to be Kaido's, at least for the moment, Kaido's main squeeze. And I fuck with him, man. Makes me respect Kaido.
Hell yeah, Kaido's a fan, dude.
But I say MVPs again too, because Kaido is my actual MVP for this chapter because of that. Because, I respect Black Maria. But man, I thought about having Denjiro, my boy Kyoshiro, be my MVP too, because who's your favorite Skybird right now?
I mean, I really do like Denjiro a lot.
I think mine might be Denjiro right now.
Just because I don't know, they're not bad characters or anything, but he's the one that just stands out to me. Maybe it's because he's like a double agent, and I think to me, he has the best design of them personally. And I just like his whole spy thing he's got going on and how strong he is as well.
It seems like even through the flashback and when we saw, I guess, we didn't see how each of the Skybirds, but we saw a little bit, for Denjiro specifically, we saw how they reacted immediately after the whole Odin's death thing and they split up, and he's one of the ones that didn't get sent into the future. But it seems like he's like the one Skybird that really took the death of their leader kind of the right way for a samurai, you know what I mean? Like Denjiro took that shit so hard that this nigga locked himself in a fucking warehouse and got so angry that his face literally changed and the color of his hair literally changed. Like he was just so deep in depression and anger for so long. This nigga's face dead ass changed from frowning so much.
God damn.
He came out focused, bro. He was like, nah, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get back to business. I'm a double agent spy now. I'm gonna build a Kyoshiro family. It's not even fucking real, and have niggas follow me on that shit and get the real status with Orochi's army to get myself in there and have this 20-year plot going. And he's so fucking focused, and he's taking care of Hiyori and all of that, having her live quote-unquote lavishly and putting her in a position where she can do some shit and become the Murasaki and all of that. And now, like, Denjiro's coming back. He discarded his Kyoshiro identity, and he's just looks so hard, and he's taking this so seriously, which I don't really see with the rest of the Skybirds, you know what I mean? Like, I know that Kinemon's hurt, but I don't see that type of like, alright, my attitude's changed now, you know what I mean? Because I went through some real shit with Odin.
Right.
But I see that with Denjiro.
Right.
On some real samurai shit.
I think it also helps that, a lot of the other characters, I think design, also how the character is, for sure, but I think the design is a big thing for me. Because Denjiro is really like the only kind of doesn't look like a joke, you know?
Yeah.
Like he actually looks like someone I can take seriously. Which One Piece, you know, they have jokey characters who you take very seriously, right? I mean, Blackbeard kind of looks like a joke to me, but he's very serious, right? But
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I think combined with like everything you were saying that we saw him go through and how he acts and how he takes care of Yori, and I mean, he's never really like comic relief, so I think it just lends to just seeing him like, yeah, it's a samurai,
Yeah, I know.
Boy.
I know. It's a samurai that went through some shit and is coming back with the retribution. And all. That's some like classic samurai shit.
Classic.
Which I love. And I do I say that as if it's a knock on the rest of the Skyrim books. I do like that all of them aren't that too, because that would be too like one tone, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think that all of them, when it comes down to it, we'll get back to that seriousness, and they all have that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
It's just, it seems like Kyoshiro or Denjiro, whatever you want to call him, he's been consumed with only that for the past 20 years, and now, and you see, he's been so focused and he's so hard. It kind of seems like he's one of the strongest, if not the strongest.
Does, yeah.
He's so cold though. But bro, none of those are the reason why he almost became the MVP of the chapter. This nigga Kenjiro, Kyoshiro or Denjiro, Kenjiro has a thick neck, boy. He took that. He started taking that little whatever kimono off. I was like, oh shit, this nigga been hitting his traps.
Bro.
See how he had the shoulders and the neck. Oh, God,
This boy been
that neck's beating Kaido.
been shrugging, bro, with 100.
So shrugging. Shrugging.
God.
That's how you know this man. He doesn't take a day off since Odin died.
Nah, he got shrugged. And his shoulders, bro, those boulders too. I mean, we can't ignore those.
I'm saying that was the biggest flex on one, like literally flex and just flex in general. That's one of the biggest flexes in One Piece. I think.
See, this is
That's up there with Mihawk cutting a ship in half during Baratie.
Denjiro taking his
Just
cloak
Denjiro
off,
showing his shoulders.
half off, looking swole. This is he had to get the male fan service in there, yeah.
That's the male fan service. They know.
Had to after Nami.
For men. For men too, because niggas is reading One Piece. Actually, I don't want to say women are reading, a lot of women are reading One Piece too, but you know the demographic is.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, it is Shonen Jump, but
it's manga.
I was gonna say Denjiro just cause.
Yeah.
I mean, he came pretty clutch this chapter, and he looks amazing. Tied up with Sasaki in a panel, no effort.
Son, how do you feel about that?
I mean,
out of the Tobiropo, they put probably the second most emphasis on Sasaki.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we're gonna get some massy, and Sasuke's gonna fight Jinbei, and then it's gonna fight who's who, and then they both gonna fight Queen. It's gonna be all this big thing. This nigga Denjiro said, here's a cuff.
Nah.
And now you're gone in one panel.
Done.
You done.
I mean, probably just speaks to Denjiro. I mean, hopefully he's gonna continue to show out if he can do that easily, right? And of course, you know, he wasn't expecting it, so he might not have resisted as much as he could have. Is another thing.
Oh no, he still thought he was Kyoshiro.
Yeah, so
yeah, he still thought he was on his side. His crew was able to just come behind him, and yeah, that is what happened. And I'm fine with that, to be honest.
yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. Like he wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's Koshiro. What I do wish I would have saw, which I thought would be hard, that I only thought of afterwards, it's like we get those panels before with Sasuke be like, oh shit, Kyoshiro, what are you doing here? I thought you weren't gonna be here. And then Kyoshiro was like, man, keep it secret, I'm here, but I wanted to show up, and you know, all the shit that I didn't see. And then like out of nowhere, we get one panel where Kyoshiro just takes his sword out and whoop, one big slash, then like chain him up. That's the opportunity for this like one little small panel, but something that could be so hard and just elevate that scene so much. Like even if it's mid-sentence for Kyoshiro, he's just talking, shoo, and you see that classic samurai slash where now Denjiro's on the other side of Sasaki, and Sasuke's like, yo, what the fuck just happened? And splurt of blood.
Tied up, bloodied up. That would have been really badass.
I think they are gonna flesh it out more in the anime though, like it did with Page One versus Sanji. So we'll see how that goes then.
Yeah, they definitely should. I mean, that was way too quick.
Yeah, I think they should, especially in Wano. We need some real samurai shit.
Please. Also, his face in the bottom panel. I love his face. So
yeah,
serious.
I like it. Kyoshiro, man, he's focused. That's why I fuck with him, man. He's one of my favorites actually in Wano right now. Is Kyoshiro or Denjiro. We're gonna just settle with one name to call him.
I wonder which one of the Red Scabbards is gonna get to off Orochi.
I was thinking about this for a while too, about how Orochi's gonna get done. And now I'm starting to think more that Orochi's not gonna die in a fight. I think Orochi's not gonna die until Kaido is already gone and the fight's already over and they're already lost, and then he'll be executed publicly.
Yeah.
In front of Wano.
Actually, I would like that a lot.
Like he did with Yasui and Odin. I think I would too. Because that's how he did Yasui and that's how he did Odin and everything. Like, nah, like, boil him actually.
Yeah,
boil the boy.
He's gonna get what is coming.
Owen, I forgot how long he lasted. Hours, I guess. Just standing in there shit. Yeah, Orochi wouldn't last a second.
Absolutely not. He would die immediately.
Let that bitch boy fry.
I was gonna say he's about to hang Momonosuke, so he deserves it, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's by far a piece of shit.
I don't think Kaido's on board with this.
Yeah, because Kaido spared his life earlier.
Yeah, Kaido, like, didn't he kill somebody?
Kaido kind of respects Odin, though.
He killed the old lady, right?
The lady who used to have Bon Clay's Devil Fruit because he used that Momonosuke trick to interfere with his fight with Odin. And he respects Odin, and that's kind of why he shitted on Momonosuke, too, in this chapter, because, like, yo, I'm disappointing you as a son of Odin, is literally what he said. You see this more with the stronger characters. He has a lot of respect for strength. Yeah. You know what I kind of like in Kaido, too, now? Do you watch Vinland Saga at all?
Oh, yeah, yes. I love that manga. Love that show.
See, the more I read and find out about Kaido, I think I liken Kaido a lot to Thorkel. The way that Thorkel is an unbelievable force. Yeah. Like, this nigga can go in and take out an army if he wants to. And enjoy himself doing it, too. Because he's just so much bigger, so much stronger, just so superior to everybody. He's the strongest creature in the world, probably. But he's kind of tortured in his head because he can't figure out how to be a true warrior like Thor's was. And he just can't figure it out. He seems like stagnated. I kind of see Kaido in that same vein. The way that, like, Thorkel has a different appreciation of Thor's, and it's not necessarily just because of strength, even though it is because of strength, it's because he knew that he understood something about being a warrior that Thorkel just didn't understand. I think Kaido looks at Odin the same way, and might look at Whitebeard and Roger the same way too. Kaido's been doing this for so long, and he just wants to die because he can't figure out how to even find anything to really fight for. I don't know what's going on. We need a Kaido background story to know more about what's going on with him, but I see that type of dilemma in Kaido that Thorkel actually sees in himself, you know what I mean?
I think part of it might have to do with, I feel like a lot of his crew, because doesn't he recruits people who he recruits his enemies.
Yeah, after he defeats them and breaks them in the udon and then makes them,
a lot, like Odin, like Rogers, Whitebeard, like their crews are like family, right? But Kaido's crew is just like whoever's the strongest, like don't really care about each other. Yeah. So I think that kind of loner aspect could speak to his inner mentality, like how he actually holds his crew.
Oh, that's a good point. And that's something you can see with a lot of different crews in One Piece in general. Because that's something, I love Oda so much. That's a thing that he makes with each crew, no matter if they're opposing, if they're enemies or not. You see more of the dynamic of how they make their crews and how each captain views their crewmates and it goes about it and shit like that. Like, even though Big Mom is an enemy and is kind of a brat and kind of a piece of shit person, her crew is her family and all her kids. And that's a dynamic that crew has. And Kaido's crew is, like you said before, they don't really care about each other. They don't really respect power, which does say something about Kaido, because you can see kind of that mentality in him too. Like I said before, some Viking shit. And now that I'm looking at his face right now, with me and you saying this about him, he looks a lot like Genghis Khan.
He does, actually.
Who would have that same type of mentality? I'm sure that he's modeled after Genghis Khan, and I'm sure exactly the characteristic of him that we're talking about right now is to a point based off of Genghis Khan. 2 + 2 is equal to 4. That's just right now.
Yeah, actually, that's actually a great point.
Oh, what was Genghis Khan trying to do? Invade China and Japan. That makes so much more sense with what Kaido did with Wano, because Wano's supposed to be a repetition of Japan.
Right. Okay. I see where you're going with this, yeah.
That makes sense.
Genghis Khan actually tried to leave places like better off, though. Unlike Kaido.
Did he?
Well, he tried to have scholars and doctors. He tried to enrich the kind of intellectual culture of the places he invaded. He tried to, women had more rights apparently in his territories and stuff like that. So I think he did some okay. Kaido just ruined this place. I mean, just ruined
we have 2 drastically different visions of who Genghis Khan is.
No, I mean he did all those terrible things. Right?
From what I thought was Genghis Khan, the only thing he did was pillage villages, kill so many. Like, apparently Genghis Khan and the people that followed him are responsible for the deaths of 5% of people who've ever died. Ever died. Like, Genghis Khan's people, and 10% of everybody's genetics here, now today, has Genghis Khan's genetics inside of him because he raped everybody. That's why I started laughing when you said women had rights, and I was like, they raped everybody.
Aside from the rape, I mean, aside from that,
mass murder.
He did some good things, I think.
Genghis Khan do good things is hilarious to me.
I don't know, man.
That's funny. That's funny. He got Black Maria though. Oh man, that's my girl. So Orochi is such a bitch, man. He's so scared of this Akasaya 9, man.
It's shaking. It's
shaking. Oh, I forgot what we were talking about before with Kanjuro. We just started getting to Kanjuro and derailed. So, like I said before, Orochi is such a piece of shit and way beyond redemption, and he has to die in this for sure. This chapter specifically raised the whole, like, Kanjuro is more of a piece of shit too, I think. Or I think meant to do that too. With, I don't know, I guess it's a portrayal of who Kanjuro is now that he's out the closet as a spy, and just beat the shit out of Momonosuke instead of holding a bloody Momonosuke like that. But I think you mentioned earlier about Kanjuro, oh no, I think you actually mentioned Orochi's redemption being not even a possibility at all.
Yeah.
But Kanjuro's redemption is something that we talked about earlier when I guess he first came out as a spy, and the possibility of that with him being a Kurozumi and all that, and it seemed like they closed the door on that. That door, I think, might still be open. They made a point to show when Kanjuro and Momo were lost in the caves looking for the center of Onigashima, and Momo came across that knife, and they made a point to show that.
Yeah.
And then the next time we saw them was here, when Kanjuro was saying that, like, he got a knife and tried to break away, so I had to beat the shit out of him a little bit and brought him here, but they didn't show that. I think maybe Kanjuro might be way more conflicted, actually, than he's making out the scene. And I think that Momonosuke might be a drawing. You know what I mean?
What are you thinking? Why are you thinking?
I need more information to put this more together.
Right.
But I think there's going to be a lot more to Kanjuro's character and his role and whatever's going on here. He spent those years with Oden and his vassals, and he claims to be acting and all that too. Or he could have just beat the shit out of Momonosuke, like, for real. And he might be able to die.
It could turn out like that. That's a lot of time. Like, to say you don't feel anything, like, that's a lot of time.
That, and I think there's a purpose to us not seeing what happened when Momo grabbed the knife and apparently tried to escape and all that.
Right.
I think that moment's gonna come back later on. And Momonosuke hasn't said anything in this entire scene.
Well, he did get beat. Oh, his mouth looks pretty swollen.
That's true.
But I don't think anybody thought he was gonna do that. So maybe just the extreme, like, you didn't have to beat him up. So maybe that could speak to what you're saying. So I could see that. Just because if he's that, like, emotionless kind of like, why would he beat him up so much, to me?
Also, why would he need to beat him up?
Yeah, he wouldn't.
You just draw something quick and wrap him up like the way he did before as a kid.
It actually doesn't make sense why he did that.
And Kanjuro is kind of OP. And wouldn't he be tied up again?
Yeah, he would be tied up. Well, if he beat him, I guess he would be fainted, so he wouldn't need to tie him up. He could just carry him.
I mean, he's a kid. But we'll see. It's also, definitely possible that Oda's telling us, yo, Kanjuro's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Stop liking him immediately.
Yeah, he might be just...
and like, revving us up, and he's like, yeah, no. View him as an enemy. He's an enemy now. And we need to make sure you see that.
Yeah. There's probably enough people playing both sides to where we don't need another one.
Who else playing both sides besides Denjiro?
Or I guess
right now?
Drake.
Oh, yeah, Drake. That's a good point.
I mean, we already had Kanjuro. He was on the rescue. He was pretending to be with the samurai.
Oh, yeah. The whole inside man thing has been played a lot in Wano already.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. That's very true.
But then again, what he did to Momonosuke doesn't make sense.
It could or it couldn't. Didn't know, but this nigga Orochi is so scared. He just grabbed Momo and said, like, no, we're gonna crucify him now on stage. So what do you think this is gonna amount to? The whole crucifixion thing. It seemed like this might turn into a whole nother kind of Marineford situation where the climax of this arc will be saving someone from getting executed publicly.
Yeah. My guess would be where the main battle might happen. If he's gonna set all that up, that's where we might see, like, Marco and them come in.
For the purpose of saving Momonosuke from getting executed, so similar to Marineford.
Yeah, everyone might actually end up collapsing there. So it might just be setting that up.
It seems like it, 'cause especially with the crucifixion and everything too, because we saw, what's the last time we saw crucifixion? Oh, Yasumi, like I said before. Let's crucify for, and that whole setup has been there for, and seeing that come back around again, it makes sense that would be the climax of whatever. Also, we're deep into Act 3, and we know how Japanese play styles usually go. Act 3 or 4 is when, like, the climax, or the end of Act 3 is where the tension and the climax is there. So, like, we're coming up on that.
And then Luffy just shows up out of nowhere. Oh, wait.
Where's Luffy at?
Where are actually Page 1 and Ulti? Why did I think they were in the main hall? But they're not, right?
They're in the main area of Onigashima, everything's at. It's a whole system of buildings and hallways and shit like that. Everybody's running around everywhere. You know what I mean?
Okay. I thought he was, like, near where Kaido was, but okay.
They still kind of could be. It depends on, like, it's Onigashima is a big mess of buildings and rooms and shit like that. So, like I said, when we're first starting this chapter set up a lot of different situations all over Onigashima with pretty much all of our groups that are split up. Besides, we didn't get to see Jinbei and Robin again, but I think we already know kind of where that's heading towards.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the real setup for the real big clash of everybody else that hasn't been active in Onigashima yet, which is everybody's not Zoro, Kid, Luffy, and Killer. The action is starting with all of them. So we got today the situation with Sasaki meeting up with Denjiro and Denjiro flexing that back.
Neck, bro. Goddamn.
Flexing that back.
Oh.
And then neck.
Looking delicious.
And then, we got an answer to what's gonna happen with this Big Mom stuff. And I like that they didn't bring the amnesia stuff back. And this bitch said, oh, I remember exactly who you are. And you're not a friend. Come here, boy. I feel for Chopper and Usopp, who's like notoriously the most scary people in the
that's
crew.
Terrifying.
But like, that's all 100% justified. What a scary ass sight. Fucking, you know how mortal you are, especially Usopp.
Yeah.
And you got Big Mama chasing after you like that with like full consciousness.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, put that shit in reverse now.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if she doesn't catch him, personally.
Chopper and Usopp did the noble deed of driving Big Mom away. And you got Kinemon, Sicilian, and the rest of his samurai get up and say, yo, thank you for dying for us, and ran the other way. And then Nami and Carrot and Shinobu, who I thought Sanji was with them too. Where the fuck is Sanji at? Because Sanji was with them and he decided to split up, but I thought Sanji was going that way inside with Carrot and Nami and Shinobu to go do, I forgot what they're actually tasked to do, but maybe find Momonosuke. I don't remember what they're tasked to do, but go that way. But bro, they went inside there and Zeus popped his head out. Nah, it's on.
Man, that was freaking me out.
It's on with that.
Oh my goodness, that scared the crap. I hate how his face goes from so happy to so absolutely nightmarishly terrifying.
That's what makes him scary to me. Because you said before, Zeus is so scary, and I agree, son. Zeus is kind of scary, bro.
I don't like him, man.
Like you said before, like the first one, he's like, I found you. He looks so happy, like how Prometheus is pretty much all the time. Prometheus is much more friendly. Prometheus is like that all the time, even when he's fighting, he's like that. But Zeus has that switch, man.
God, wait, which Zeus? It says it's the woman who kidnapped Zeus. Is Zeus the
Oh, my
cloud?
bad. I switched it. Zeus is the cloud, and Prometheus is the sun.
Okay.
So switch whatever I just said.
And then Nami still has Zeus.
Zeus is in Nami's climate attack. That's why when Prometheus showed up, the climate attack started shaking. I actually kind of like this fight too. Zeus doesn't fall for the same shit that Prometheus was. Zeus is way more focused and like Zeus is I keep doing the same thing. Prometheus. Prometheus is more focused than Zeus is. Prometheus is the one under all the Hokage Islands say, yo, Zeus, focus, nigga. Stop eating that shit. You on Big Mom's side. What are you doing?
Prometheus is high, bro. Or Zeus is high. Yeah, Cloud.
Hey, Oda, change the names, bro. Switch some shits. Because Prometheus looks way more like a Zeus, but I get it, because Zeus like actually gets lightning and shit like that, but come on, son. But Prometheus is a scary motherfucker, and I kind of like seeing a fight between Prometheus and Shinobu, Carrot, and Nami. But I think this can end in two different ways for Nami. This can end with Nami losing Zeus, or Nami gaining Prometheus. Which will be it's used that she got Zeus. That's one of, the four emperors' main, I don't know what to use, tools, attacks, whatever, means of attacking is Zeus. And if it gets Prometheus too, like Nami's rank would jump so high. So high.
Yeah, I think it would help a lot, because Zeus helps a lot. Especially just with the way things are going. Like, everybody needs to scale up.
This could be a huge scale up for our Straw Hats, especially if they leave this with a true emperor status.
Yeah.
Then, like you said, they will all need to be able to scale up. So, Luffy becoming emperor status is one thing, but, we gotta have commanders that are commander worthy, you know what I mean? And a crew that's commander worthy.
Like Zoro and Sanji are a given, but yeah, I think the other crew members, none of them really compare.
Even with Zoro and Sanji, all of them would need scale ups, because remember, Luffy's not anywhere near emperor level right now. Luffy's commander level right now, and Zoro and Sanji are below Luffy.
Yeah, so or it would be
and Jinbei.
A more believable jump for the three of them, right? To make, but Nami going to, I couldn't believe that. But then you say she gets Prometheus, okay,
that's huge.
Yeah, I can see that.
And already have Zeus, and that's huge. Those are Emperor's main weapons. The Emperor's main weapons. That's huge. Like, think about, I forget, we get so wrapped up, and this is why I like one of the panels in this chapter too. We get so wrapped up in following the Straw Hat story that we forget kind of how they relate to the rest of the world, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Think about the scale of what shit was when we were watching in the East Blue, when the arcs were the main villain in the arc was Captain Kuro and Warpool and fucking whatever that nigga with the armor was in Briate. We're the smallest of it was Buggy.
Buggy was a legitimate
Buggy was the rival. And even when it got to the warlord, fighting Crocodile was the biggest deal ever. This is a warlord, bro. He owns a country pretty much. That's a huge deal. Then Nami, who's not even barely even a fighter then, if you call that at all. If you think about someone like that gaining the main weapon of an emperor who will shit on a warlord easily. Would one hit any warlord. Maybe not Doflamingo. I don't know. Emperor would hit one hit Doflamingo actually. They one hit Luffy. All of them would. Just think about the scale of what it's like having one person have the weapons of an emperor. That's a huge deal. That's such a huge deal. Also, like I said, that I like from this chapter, I forget that we're the only ones who view the Straw Hats as good guys. They're pirates, and most people in the world view pirates as, you know, pirates, like real pirates.
Yeah.
Viking shit. And when Fukuro Kojo was talking about Luffy, Zoro, Kid, and Killer being down in the main hall fighting people and telling Orochi and Kaido about that, and you see like all these niggas look like fucking animals.
Yeah, actually.
I forget, like that's how they're viewed everywhere probably. Like they're only viewed in the news, and that's only for causing trouble as pirates.
Which is justified for most of them, I feel like, or a decent amount of them.
I think it's justified given people's exposure to who they are. Like, as an audience, we're the only ones exposed to who the Straw Hats really are.
Yeah, the Straw Hats seem to be like the only like decent ones, or the only ones who don't really mess with like civilians, at least.
There's a few. I mean, the ones that they were friends with. So like Straw Hats, Whitebeard's pirates, Roger's pirates, Shanks. You know, all the ones that we view in that way. Jinbei's. I'm sure Brooks.
Yeah, those guys are like a drop though. I feel like the amount of pirates.
That's what I'm saying. That it's such a small number that we're talking about. Like there's such an anomaly. Most pirates we see, I mean, you know,
occupying lands.
Yeah, and then just tearing shit up just for the sake of tearing shit up. And Blackbeard's kind of like the leader of that group of pirates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like out of that group of pirates, I feel like Blackbeard is the epitome of that, and Kid is the big up and comer in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Like Kid is the Luffy of that type of pirates.
Yeah, it's weird to me that we're seeing Kid he's on Luffy's side. But then I gotta remember, like, this dude's done some pretty terrible things, actually.
He's known for it. His first mate is the Murder Machine. His nigga's nickname is the Murder Machine. And his real name is Killer.
His real name is
the Murder Machine
Killer.
Murder Machine Killer is crazy.
Oh my goodness.
You know how scared it would be from a nigga named Murder Machine Killer?
Bro, I would hate pirates, bro. I would not want to live in the One Piece world.
Yeah. I saw a tweet earlier and they were asking, name 4 anime worlds that you would not want to live in. And I was like, hey man, there's 3 that I would want to live in. The rest, who would want to live in any of those worlds? Who would want to live in Attack on Titan? Who would want to live in Berserk? Some nigga said Dragon Ball Z and I'm like, yo, listen.
Bro, you would be
you don't want to live there.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm saying, everybody thinks there'll be a sand. There's 3 sands.
There's literally 3.
Out of the world. Everybody else is just, you're going to be someone who dies daily and then comes back to life daily.
Yeah.
That shit don't sound fun. That shit sounds mad confusing. Especially if you don't even know Goku. If you don't know what's happening.
Listen, the government's probably doesn't even like pay you out for anything, bro.
No. They died too and came back. They're as confused as you are.
You gotta get death insurance, bro. That's gotta be a mess. Thing.
I was thinking this is so off of, let alone One Piece 982. This is off of One Piece. I was thinking earlier, actually, I woke up with this thought. This thought woke me up. Goku has collected the Dragon Balls so many times and wished for, he ran out of shit to wish for at some point when he got him. I was like, I don't even know what to wish for. Oolong, wish for some shit. This thing said, I want underwear and wish for that shit. Son, he didn't try to revive his grandpa Gohan one time.
No.
He didn't try to revive his brother one time, knowing that he likes flipping people from good to bad. Why not your brother? He didn't try to wish back his home planet one time.
No.
Wish back the Sand Race, bro. What are you doing?
I mean, gee.
He just got to Namek and has been Namek for 5 days. He's like, nah, I want that planet back. You're a Sand. Wish for your people back.
I mean, I guess I could kind of get it because he doesn't really associate with those monkeys. He said, I'm a human.
They wish for underwear.
But yeah, he could have wished his grandpa back at least. At least your grandpa.
All those things should come before that. Like, how many times did he wish Vegeta back before Vegeta was even a good guy?
Bro.
I guess he actually was wished back by proxy because he said everybody that died in Namek. But still, he understands that his whole group is built off of enemies that turn good. Wish back Raditz and get your brother back.
Goku's a psychopath. I mean, plain and simple, he's a psychopath.
He just don't care, bro. He's a sociopath.
Whatever. He has some type of personality disorder.
Yeah, he has all of them. But it's fun because it makes him smile.
It's amazing.
But
love it.
Back to One Piece. They're all over the place now. Denjiro's back.
Back, bro. His neck. Oh my god.
That neck. Mad shit was set up this chapter, and at the end, okay, yo, I understand. Just for clarity, I'm talking about the very last 2 pages when the last thing was set up with Ulti and page 1 running into Luffy.
Oh.
I understand that Boa Hancock is the baddest bitch ever.
Yeah.
She's a queen of Islander women. She's the most qualified woman in One Piece, actually. Right now, it's Boa Hancock, and she doesn't respect any man but Luffy, and the whole thing is set up and everything, but Luffy doesn't really give a fuck about her because Luffy probably doesn't even have any type of sexuality.
Yeah.
But yo. Personality-wise, though, I'm shipping Ulti and Luffy.
100%. Yeah, actually. I was thinking about that.
I am so excited for that dynamic. I don't know why. I don't even want them to fight. Maybe fight for a little bit. I mean, of course, gonna fight. Page 1 and Ulti are, of course, gonna fight Luffy because... I mean, maybe not, actually, because they don't know who Luffy... Oh, Page 1 does know who Straw Hats are, at least, because of Sanji.
Yeah.
Or maybe not even that, because he didn't know that was Sanji, because Sanji put on the black... So they might not know about them at all, actually. Not even Sanji. So this might be one of the things where Ulti, who we've mainly liked for her personality so far and how she doesn't really care and kind of says whatever she wants and has a very, very Luffy-like personality, yeah. I think. Even with the thing where her jumping on Page 1's back and shit like that, calling him Pepe and all that. It's Luffy-like, man. I like it. And I just love her personality so much. And I would love to see some shit go back and forth between her and Luffy. Like, even this very last line is like, who the hell are you? It's like, no, who are you? And Luffy gets that look. I like it so much, man. I ship them, even though I don't really care too much about the way Ulti looks, but it's personality-wise, which I care about more. I like it.
I would actually, that would be great if they became friends or something amiable with each other.
Even friends, yeah.
Just like, don't fight, please. Just hang out. Just hang out. Let's see. Let's see you guys hang out. I would love to see that.
I just want to see them bounce shit back from each other.
Paige and Ulti and Luffy and Zoro. Luffy and Ulti just being so dumb. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Please, Oda, please.
I want to see more of that. Give me more. Inject that in my veins.
I think that would be really interesting though if they didn't fight. Because yeah, the personalities are super similar, so they don't know, so they actually might not fight
immediately. Like I said before, a few chapters ago when we're talking about the possibilities of what's going to happen with Yamato, Kaido's son, there's usually always somebody on the other side who meets up with somebody on our side, and they don't know that they're on opposite sides and become friends, like in some way. Like with Dressrosa, that person was Violet.
Yeah.
The one, I mean, even though Violet was kind of supposed to be on our side too, because she's Rebecca's sister and the daughter of King Riku and all that too, but she met up with Sanji and became friends with Sanji and all that too, and then that happens pretty much in every arc at some point. And I was saying that it probably happened with Yamato when Yamato meets up with Jinbei and Robin, which I am actually expecting.
Yeah, they've been out of the picture for a while.
Yeah, they have been out of the picture for a while. Actually, they're kind of the only group that's been out of the picture in this chapter, other than who've been focused on the last two chapters, because we didn't see Killer, Kid, or Zoro this chapter. We didn't need to though, because we just saw them. But that might be Ulti with this Herman Luffy thing. Maybe not also too, because Luffy discarded his Beast Pirate outfit, and nobody says Beast Pirate's supposed to be there. So who knows?
They might not even care to fight. I don't know. I like how also just miscellaneous detail. Page 1 is just a face first into the floor on that panel. It's hilarious.
Chilling. Oh, I forgot too. There's another one. Dressrosa was the girl that could turn her arms and legs into weapons. You know what I mean? Who she really was on Dofi's crew.
Maybe? What?
I think her name was Baby 5.
I remember some girl like that.
And she fell in love with Sai, who was in Luffy's Straw Hat fleet now.
I remember some girl like that.
She used to hang around with the nigga, I think the nigga with him, his name was Buffalo, and he had like the helicopter
Yeah.
She's also one of the ones to flip. And also, Ulti's the one who was just openly disrespecting Kaido, because she's Luffy-ish, man. She's really Luffy-ish. So I don't think she's gonna be like, you know, that loyal to Kaido. Who knows?
Right, they're not just gonna fight just because Kaido, you know, trying to protect Kaido. They'll fight because they want to. I feel like that's
like I said before, Beast Pirates don't have that type of relationship where they care about each other like that. Especially if Ulti starts to like Luffy.
Yeah,
who, you know, it's Luffy. Who doesn't like Luffy? Luffy goes in every land and makes the most important female there fall in love with them.
Yeah, Ulti, she would be the one, bro. She's very hard-headed. So Luffy, that would be the one to turn, right?
Yeah, I'm more excited for that than I am some of these fights, actually.
I mean,
like the rest of this were fight setup, and this was like, this might be a fight setup too, but just see some dialogue in between these two, honestly.
Because we're gonna get the fights. Like, we know we're gonna get the fights.
If there's one thing we know we're gonna get out of Onigashima, it's fights.
What I want a conversation with Kaido, like a deep dive into his psyche and how he thinks.
We're definitely gonna get that. He's the main whatever, and he's Kaido, who's such an interesting character. We're gonna get a flashback on Kaido and some dialogue. What do you think is gonna cause that, though?
Well, I was thinking him and Momonosuke, like he might speak to Momonosuke.
I was thinking that exact same thing, too.
Yeah, but I don't know now, because, I mean, he'll have to stop Orochi's hanging him, which he might do, but it doesn't seem like he will right now, at least.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think it has a lot to do with what we were talking before with that.
Yeah. And if it's not him though,
with Momonosuke and Odin,
it'll probably have to be like Luffy or maybe a red scabbard. Actually, it might actually be better to be
maybe Kinemon or something.
Yeah, Kinemon or something like that, rather than Luffy or something, because it would make more sense for them two to talk. This isn't really a Straw Hat arc to me. This is 100% the red scabbard.
It's kind of not even a Kaido arc.
Yeah,
it's more of red scabbards and Orochi, but the Straw Hats and the Beast Pirates Kaido are just, I guess, the medium for how that fight's gonna be, but the narrative is between Orochi and the red scabbards. That's kind of cool, actually. Like Straw Hats and Kaido and the Beast Pirates aren't really like fighting narrative. They're just on different. I guess they're after Kaido specifically, but as far as the narrative of Wano, they're the soldiers for the ideals of the Scabbards and ideals of Orochi.
Yeah, Kaido's he just who happened to take over Wano. Like, I don't think it's super important that it's him specifically.
Yeah, and the Straw Hats are just who happened to run across Kinemon and Momonosuke.
Yeah, and who would actually care to like help them. 'Cause most parts would not care.
But none of this is really directly influenced, or not directly influenced, but directly related to the Straw Hats, other than Kaido being emperor.
Yeah.
I wanted to take out Kaido as emperor. But yeah, that's really interesting, actually.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I think there's a lot to what we were saying before about Odin, and I think, like I said before, Momonosuke or Kinemon, whoever it is, that brings up more of a backstory and personality deep dive into Kaido. Whether it's Momonosuke or Kinemon, their by proxy is going to be from Odin.
Yeah.
And from Kaido's respect of Odin. And I really, really think the analogy I gave before about Thorkel and his respect for Thor's is really, really similar to Kaido's respect for Odin. Kaido gained respect. Oh, Orochi's a piece of shit and kind of ruined all that shit.
Yeah.
And that other girl that got interfered with Kaido's fight with Orochi. Not Orochi, Kaido's fight with Odin is also a piece of shit too. But you could tell by the way that Odin, he killed her afterwards and made sure that I'm messing up everybody's names. Kaido killed her afterwards and made sure she told Odin because Kaido respected him. And then with the whole thing with like, all right, sitting at boiling water for an hour. And like Kaido kind of respected that too, even though he killed him afterwards.
But still, yeah, respect.
I think there's a lot to who Odin was that, I mean, again, same as Thorkel and Thor's. There's a lot to who Odin was that Kaido kind of wants to be, especially the part about him dying on his terms, the way he did. Because Odin wants to die in battle and to die valiantly and all that. And he wants that separate level of understanding what it's like to be, I guess, a pirate or a warrior or whatever it is that he's missing, that Odin has.
Kaido can't even die a warrior's death. Actually, yeah, that's messed up.
Think about that.
I didn't actually keep that in my mind until you said that.
I think it says a lot about who Kaido's character is. I mean, given how little information we actually have to go off of that, I think it does say a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely lost his passion. He definitely seems like a very disgruntled older man at this point.
I think that's what happens when you're the strongest person alive for, kind of his whole life, other than Whitebeard and Roger.
Yeah, Whitebeard's gone now.
Of course, like Garp and all of them, but they're old too. Whitebeard and Roger are dead. Garp is old. He's a little stronger than Big Mom, probably.
Do you think Momonosuke and Yamato, like, how do you think they're gonna play into Kaido? Like, how do you think they compare in Kaido's mind? I guess we don't know how Yamamoto is.
We have to find out who Yamato is, yeah.
Yeah, but from what we've heard, how does he seem to you as a son?
I don't know.
Or do you want to say it?
We'd have to literally at least see him, because that's a real interesting question about how that Yamato stuff is gonna fit in this. What's going on with this whole thing on Onigashima?
It's gonna be huge.
To answer your question, I can't until I at least see Yamato and at least know what age he is and kind of a glimpse of who his personality is to see how he's gonna fit in this narrative. Because he's the son of Kaido. He has to have some type of role in what's going on. But that's a great question that we can't answer yet, really.
I'm just thinking he might have some parallels to Momonosuke. Just because...
Yeah, possibly.
I mean, this is literally the first time we're hearing about him. I guess he could play a big role in the Beast Pirates crew, and it's just not revealed to us yet. I was gonna say, since we haven't seen it, he might be kind of like Momonosuke in Kaido's eyes, but again, he could actually have a big role, and we just don't know it, so...
See, I got the impression that he doesn't want anything to do with the Beast Pirates crew, but he's Kaido's son, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got the impression that he just does his own thing.
Yeah.
Either that or he's a kid, like Momonosuke, where he's a kid, where he wouldn't have a role with Beast Pirates crew. But if he's older, I got the impression that he wants nothing to do with the Beast Pirates, maybe. Just by the way they characterize him when Kaido was talking to Todoroki about him, and how rebellious he is and all that.
Yeah.
And how he's just missing and gone. And it seemed like that's a normal thing for him.
Well, I can't wait till we get some conversations between Kaido's son and Odin's son. I'd really like to see that.
That's gonna be big.
I'd really like to see that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be really really big. We can get some background on Kaido through Yamato too when we first get him in there, because you know what I like about this whole thing with, again, I'm assuming that Yamato's the kid in the bushes and is going to meet up with Jinbei and Robin, is the characters that Jinbei and Robin are personality-wise, they are therapists. Pretty much. They are all,
that's a good way
they
to
are
put
someone that you could talk to them, man. They are the most mature by far and the easiest to talk to and everything. And that meetup, I think both of them are really, really level-headed, so they probably won't even enter that shit with violence at all. That can leave the possibility of Yamato really talking about the situation with Kaido and everything and all that, and that could be a good vessel for some info dump on Yamato's background and a lot about Kaido's background and all of that too.
Yeah.
I think it specifically chose Jinbei and Robin to meet up with them for that reason.
Now, Oda, you bastard, you better not do some. Oh, it was actually someone else.
It was actually a squirrel or some shit.
A squirrel.
Oh, you know what? It could be actually damn, Wano was so long I forgot shit happened. You remember the whole thing with the fox?
Wait.
Yukimaru?
Fuck. Could it transform? Did it transform?
Yeah, it transformed. Yukimaru was the big ass guy who tried to fight Zoro on the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
When Zoro actually met up with Killer, and then Killer was fighting Zoro, and Yukimaru was still trying to fight him. But it turns out he turned into a fox, and he was a fox from the flashback with him and damn, who the fuck was it? Kawamatsu, maybe? It turns out to be that fucking fox in the bushes. I'm kind of
That would be. I would laugh a little bit. 100%, I would laugh a little bit.
Oh. Get Yukimaru in the mix. Even though he was kind of strong.
That was funny. That was a really funny scene.
That was funny.
Like, yeah, because he trolled this chapter, didn't he? I was reading the Reddit thread. People were like, yeah, Oda got us with that, the note, because Marco was supposed to give Luffy that note, right?
Marco gave Nekomushi to give it to Luffy, but then I don't understand the point of a lot of what happened in this scene. Okay, we found out that they actually came separate, but showed up at the same time. But Marco was supposed to be there later than Nekomushi, because Nekomushi did go to Marco and talk to him about coming to Wano, and apparently Marco gave him the note that we didn't know what it says, but it just says, yeah, I'm gonna be there, it's just gonna be late. And then they come at the same time, and she's like, what's the point of all of that? You could have had Nekomushi go to Marco like I did before, and Marco said, yeah, I'll go with you. And then same thing. Because it showed up at the same time, like, and Izo's on Nekomushi's ship, which is completely separate than Marco, even though they're both Whitebeard pirates. I don't know. That came off weird to me. And for no real purpose. Like, what's the purpose of Marco going alone if he's gonna show up at the same time? And the note doesn't have any substance to it.
Could be like a setup for something. I was seeing people say, because we don't know what Marco was doing, right, in that time, right? So this could be like a future thing Oda's setting up where we kind of revisit whatever it was that Marco was getting done.
It seemed like Marco was getting, because remember Marco's reservations when he was talking to Nekomushi about coming to Wano before was he was protecting that land.
Yeah.
But Whitebeard and Ace were buried at. That was Whitebeard's, this is where Whitebeard grew up. And he was a doctor and everything. Is protecting because, you know, it's going to be a target for Weevil and Blackbeard. So you need somebody protecting it. So I guess I took it as he's going to be late because he needs to make precautions to protect the land while he's gone and shit like that.
Right.
Even though they showed up at the same time as Neko anyway.
Yeah, that's weird.
The only thing I could think out of this is maybe the fact that note might come back later or something because it flew away. I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah.
That seemed a little pointless to me.
Oda's a troll, man. He's very mysterious. He's a very mysterious troll. You never really know.
Might have been a red herring.
Yeah.
You never know until the arc's over. And even then, like, is it still going to come back? What's going on? I don't know. That might come back 19 arcs later. You remember that note? I was like, oh, shit. That was code for where the One Piece really is.
That was the map to Laugh Tale, actually. So
I was like,
should pay attention.
That's right. Laugh Tale stuff. Where was it? I think Kaido. Was it Kaido or Orochi?
I think it was
that asked. No, it was Kaido because he was asking about Odin telling Kanjuro anything about where Laugh Tale is. I didn't know Kaido cared about getting Laugh Tale. Actually, I assumed all the emperors
just kind of didn't
besides
care.
Big Mom. Big Mom did care because she used to collect poneglyphs to try to get there. I don't know.
But the other ones,
Shanks, I guess, still does because he said that he didn't want to go to Laugh Tale and he wanted to stay with Buggy because Buggy was sick because he wants to get there by himself with his own crew. So I guess Shanks wants to go there too. Even though Shanks, you know where Laugh Tale is, bro. Yeah. You know where it is. You didn't go on the island, but you were outside. You know where it's at. Go.
Just
go there. What are you doing? You don't gotta do this whole adventure to go. You know where it's at. And Whitebeard never really cared about being the king of pirates. He's one family.
Yeah. I like that Kaido cares though. He just doesn't not care about anything.
I don't know. I got that. I don't care about anything vibe from Kaido, so it comes off a little weird to me.
Right.
But I do like it. It's funny. The last stage is still in the mix with this. I was saying before when my shit was all staticky that because we talked a little bit about My Hero. In the meantime, you guys did not hear that, but I was thinking earlier while I was catching up on My Hero's anime and also thinking about the possibility of Luffy's awakening for his Doa fruit and how that would look. Like we talked about this last chapter review about Luffy's awakening
Rubber World
and what it could be, and Rubber World, or it could be rubber or anything, and Luffy might be able to use his Doa fruit after his awakening the exact same way that Gentle Criminal did in My Hero.
Oh.
Because remember, Gentle Criminal,
so
his quirk was he can make anything elastic, including the air. So you can jump off the air and shit like that and use the air to propel other people, and also the ground to propel other people and do whatever. So Luffy might be able to I don't know, and hit somebody with the side of a building or some shit. Or just bounce them in the air without them even knowing about it, and then right into a fucking Kong pistol or some shit like that.
See, that would be nice. That would be a nice.
Or just use it with the air. And
you said the air? Make it the air rubbery?
Yeah, that's what Gentle Criminal did a lot. Because that's how he used to fly around and shit like that.
That would be OD.
And make the air rubbery, kind of shoot at people too, and all that. It's just something to think about, because I do think at some point Luffy's awakening has to come up, since they introduced awakening and we're watching Luffy's journey to be the king of the pirates. So I'm assuming, like, if they mention any type of shit, Luffy's gonna get it by the end of the series.
Yeah, it definitely has to be. I mean, definitely has to happen, because he can't fight Blackbeard right now. I mean, he can't fight Kaido right now. What am I saying?
You can't fight any emperor right now.
Something's gotta happen. They gotta train. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, but something's gotta happen.
Yeah, there's no time for training.
Yeah, there's no time.
This shit is here.
So
it's here.
Gotta get a freaking the elder from Nami awaken Luffy's power or something, man. Awaken his potential. I don't know.
Yo, Dragon Ball Z used to pull shit out their ass.
They really did.
And Dragon Ball Z, actually, we talked so much about Dragon Ball Z in this for a One Piece one, but Dragon Ball Z is the king of pulling shit out the ass and then it immediately not mattering at all. Like, bro, at all, son.
When Piccolo and Nail fuse, Piccolo and Kami
them niggas are the king of trolls.
Oh my god.
Akira Toriyama is the king. Fuck Oda. Akira Toriyama is the king of trolls, son. Like, the Boo Saga, right? It starts off with the Royal Martial Arts Tournament and all that. What's his face? His Majin, Spock, or whatever his name is, beats the shit out of Videl. And they do the whole shit. They go to Baby D's little basement shit and they go through the levels, and Vegeta and Goku and Gohan are going through. Vegeta's like, yo, Gohan, you fell off. I wanted to be you when you were a 14-year-old. Nigga, don't be a bitch like that. And you're like, oh, you a straight bitch. And Vegeta's shitting on Gohan the whole time. And Gohan's like, man, you know what? Let me go fucking train with the Supreme Kai, the Supremest of the Supreme Kai, the fucking Supreme Pizza Kai, and train with the magic sword and all that. Got Mystic Gohan, all that shit. Show back up, beat the fuck out of Boo for 12 seconds, and then got 8.
God, 8 like a god.
And then that was it. And then it didn't matter at all. Gotenks didn't matter at all. Piccolo fused with Nail didn't matter at all. It didn't matter at all. They got awakened, fused with Nail, all that shit. It didn't matter.
If Goku's not doing it, no one's doing it, bro.
But they did unnecessary ass pulls for shit to not even matter. That's top level S rank troll shit, Akira Toriyama.
That's classic.
He did the entire series.
People forget this man is a comedy writer.
He is a comedy writer. Him and Oda are both comedy writers. Literally. You just forget that so often. And both of them.
They're so good at drama. But freaking, that was so funny, man. That was so funny. His editors must have been like, nah, you're not doing that. Gotenks can't win.
Hey, come on.
Gohan can't win. Piccolo can't win.
His name is Gohan.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nah.
If it ain't 4 letters, start with the G and end with a U. It's a bad arc for you, bro.
You know what's gonna happen? Goku's gonna come down. He's actually in Wano, and he's gonna defeat Kaido. That's how they're gonna win.
He's gonna do it. It didn't matter that Zoro got Emma.
None of it.
Didn't matter that Luffy learned Rio.
Goku's gonna find One Piece and with instant transmission.
None of that shit mattered.
Oh my god, man.
We realized that Ichiro Oda was just a pen name for Akira Toriyama.
It's actually Akira Toriyama the whole time.
And that's the biggest troll. The last volume comes up and it says like One Piece ending by Akira Toriyama. What? Actually, what happened to Ichiro Oda?
The Dragon Balls. It was One Piece all along.
Luffy takes off the straw hat and it's just Super Saiyan 3 here. Goku. I was like, nigga, this is Goku. What's going on?
Oh my god, man.
Why do you think his first name's Monkey?
Yeah, y'all didn't think about that, huh?
The plot thickens.
Bro.
We gotta get out of here before we keep talking about some stupid shit.
Yeah, this is a good chapter though. I liked it. I like all these chapters. There's never a bad one. Never a bad one.
This is becoming a staple in these reviews. Shit's about to go down Onigashima.
Yeah.
It's about each chapter, and it's like, oh, it's about to go down. This is next chapter's the one. Next chapter becomes, next chapter though. They're right there. Okay. His fist is right next to her face.
Okay, next chapter.
It's gonna happen. Hey, but for real this time, next chapter though, these fights, they're gonna happen.
Gonna move to setting up a whole other part of Onigashima.
Let's see, we're gonna jump to fucking Yukimaru on Wano. Like, what's going on with Bartolomeo? Let's go check that out. Let's go see what the Tontados are doing. All right, y'all. All right, we're out. We love you guys.
See.
We love you.
Yeah.
Salute.
This video is sponsored by DistroKid. I'm super thankful that DistroKid reached out to sponsor this video, as I used their services for the distribution of my music long before they contacted me personally. DistroKid is the easiest way to get your music on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, and more. There's no limit to how much music you can upload, and you keep 100% of the royalties. If you want to launch your musical empire with DistroKid just like I did, hit the promo link below for 7% off your first year's membership. you.